Well, hi. How's it going, everyone? It's been a little while. You will see this probably like 6 weeks after my last recording. So, welcome back. My name is Laura, and this is my YouTube channel. This is I Heart Knitting, and you can find me on the rest of the internet as I Heart You. That's spelled EWE, and that is my Instagram handle. That is the name of my Etsy shop where I sell handmade project bags and lavender sachets and other things like that. And you can find me on Ravelry as I Heart You Knits. That little black lump you see over here is Sammy, my Labrador. And I'm hoping that at some point he either like comes to visit or at least like shifts positions. Because I recorded in this direction last time. I realized there was like a missed opportunity there for you to see Sammy as he, peacefully naps there on his bed in our bedroom. So I left the door open this time, and like I said, maybe at some point you'll see his head, because right now you're just seeing like his little sausage body there, and yeah, it doesn't look like much. I wanted to record today because I haven't recorded in 6 weeks, like I said, and I've been like feeling like a lot of pressure to record something. But here's the problem is I haven't knit at all in the last 6 weeks. The stitches you're seeing me do now are like the first stitches I've knit in weeks and weeks and weeks. So that's part of the problem is like I didn't really have a lot of content for you. And I still kind of don't. But what I'm going to do today, you'll notice the camera angle and everything is a little different. And so I thought I would just do some knitting now. So yeah, I thought I would set up the camera. I could do some knitting while I'm chatting and catching up with you all. And yeah, that's kind of as far as my thought process went. Let's see where to start. I am drinking a green apple bubbly, which is new to Canada. I don't know if it's new everywhere. It's delicious. I'm wearing no knits today, but I'm wearing a t-shirt which is screen printed by a local company on Vancouver Island. It's called Westcoastees, and they make super fun like West Coast inspired designs. So this one is an owl, and it's hard to see on camera, but all the feathers have um, like different places on Vancouver Island. And so it's really fun to kind of look through them and try and see all the places that we've been and all the places that we still have to visit on Vancouver Island. So yeah, so that's my t-shirt, and I am knitting on these self-striping socks, which is Nitpicks Felice yarn. And so that's in the colorway Hopscotch. And I'm just going to work away on these as I chat with you. So yeah, I want to catch you up on what's been going on other than, my no knitting situation. Last time we caught up, I was about to go on a camping trip. And so that was like May 15th. I had this camping trip planned, and then I was hoping to kind of get back to you in between, that camping trip and the next camping trip that I had in early June. So the trip in May was a great trip, but it was kind of intense. So I went with my husband John and two other friends of ours. We went for 2 nights, and we did about 20 kilometers of hiking on the Wandafuka Trail, which is on the west coast of Vancouver Island. So we've done this trail in May before, and I don't know what we were thinking doing it again, because the trail is just like a muddy bog in May. It is hard to describe, honestly, without like being there, but there was so much water on the trail. If you picture, so many people walk on the trail that it gets lower than the ground around it. And so then when there's tons of water in the spring, the water is going to kind of pool in the lowest spot, which is often the trail that you have to walk on. So that was super interesting. It was rainy and like we knew it was going to be a slog, but it was it was definitely like the rainiest conditions I've ever hiked or camped in. The good news was like everybody was in, pretty decent spirits and nobody kind of got too down with the bad situation, because that can be really hard to just kind of keep going when you know you have to keep going and it's kind of miserable. And then one of my friends, she actually rolled her ankle about a kilometer or two away from like our final spot where we were going to be camping the second night and where we had to pick up our car in the morning. So that was also kind of interesting. We ended up kind of getting her out as best as we could. She was a huge trooper and basically hiked, 2 kilometers through like really not great conditions on trails and beaches with like a rolled ankle. So she was a huge trooper, but it was just a really intense trip. So, a lot of people, I actually want to put this in as a disclaimer. A lot of people come to Vancouver Island to hike the West Coast Trail. It's very similar to the Juan de Fuca Trail. And I would definitely recommend if that's like a bucket list thing for you to hike that trail or something like that, I would really recommend that you book it later on in the summer. July, August, September, you're going to probably have a lot better time. So, either way, that was really fun. I did manage to get like a bit of a sunburn on my lip the one day, even though it rained all the first day. There was a bit of sun the second day, and then that turned into a cold sore. So then I had a cold sore on my lip, and while like that's fine, that doesn't matter, I didn't really feel like recording. And it took like 2 weeks to clear up. So then we were going out again. That same friend who rolled her ankle, we had planned to go hiking up in Strathcona Park, which is in the center of Vancouver Island, kind of north. Um, yeah, so the friend who rolled her ankle and then a third friend, we were all going to go hiking. Well, not only did my friend roll her ankle, but there is still like 4 feet of snow up in Strathcona where we wanted to go. It's been a really cold, damp spring. So, anyways, we pivoted on that trip and we ended up just going car camping. We booked a campsite at the Cowichan River campground, which I've been to many, many times and I absolutely love. And so that was great. We went car camping. My friend, who is still recovering from her rolled ankle, just chilled out at the campsite. My other friend, we went for a big hike on the river, and that was great. So I guess that's why, I haven't been doing a lot of knitting in general. I've been busy outdoors, with the garden and things like that. And yeah, sometimes this just happens. This is a really long stretch for me to not knit at all. And it's really funny because now that I'm sitting here working these stitches, it feels really soothing and it's just like nice to be back. So, um, yeah, I wanted to catch you up on some Etsy things as well. I have some bags that I'm going to show you a little later on that are in the shop right now. But just so you know, in case you don't feel like watching the whole thing, I did a sale over like last weekend, but I've done another sale starting today that goes until the 20th of June, so the end of the day Monday. And so a lot of the bags are just already 25% off. All the lavender sachets are 25% off and all the stitch markers are 25% off. And then anything that is regular price, which is just bags from the last like 2 updates, I think. So they're still regular price, but if you want to get 10% off those, you can put in the code June Flash and then the number 2, and then you'll get 10% off that. So yeah, most of the things are already 25% off, but there are a few things that aren't on sale, but if you do want to get a 10% discount on that, you can snag that just by using that code, which is June Flash and then the number 2. So yeah, so if you're wanting to grab something from the shop, I'm just trying to rotate some stock and I've been doing these sales monthly and they seem to be working really well. I discount some of the things that I want to move or that have been in the shop for a little bit. I discount those a little more, and then the most recent updates, the things that are left, I just do like a 10%. So yeah, enjoy that. If you're interested, you can find the link down below to my Etsy shop. The link tree as well will give you a link to go to Nitpicks. And so if you are shopping at Nitpicks, if you go through my affiliate link and you place an order, I can make a small commission on that. So that's something that you can do for me, if you feel like it, that will support me and the channel, at no extra cost to you. So if you're planning on buying something from Nitpicks already, you can just go through and that'll automatically, um, you know, you don't have to put a code in or anything like that. It automatically figures that out for you. I'm not sponsored by Nitpicks. I don't, they don't send me things to review or anything like that. I'm not a member of that program. I'm just a member of their affiliate program, so that, because I talk about Nitpicks yarn so much and because I really like it, so that if you want to shop Nitpicks and if you heard about it here, then you can click on my affiliate link and let Nitpicks know that that's where you heard about Nitpicks. Does that make sense? Great. The other thing, I don't want to harp on how you can give me money, but the other thing I wanted to mention is I opened up like supers on YouTube. I don't know a lot about this. I don't do a lot of live streams or anything, so the super chat kind of situation isn't going to be probably applicable, but it sounds like now, it's just a way of, like, if you want to send someone a tip, I guess you can do that. So like if you want to buy me a coffee or something like that, or a skein of yarn, I opened up supers. This is really, there's no pressure here to do any of these things. I don't want to pressure you to shop in my shop or to use the affiliate link or to use the supers or anything. I just want to make it available, because yeah, I do try and generate as much, kind of, not as much revenue as I can, but I do try and get a little bit of money back for the work that I put into YouTube. Like it takes me like almost a day to get a video up. And like hourly wages, I make probably like $1 or $2 an hour on YouTube. And this is not complaining or anything. I just want to put it out there. It's been an interesting couple years for me, and I'm sure it's been an interesting couple years for you. So I don't want to put any pressure on anyone to, spend money they don't have or anything like that. And the Etsy shop is still wonderful, and I really appreciate all the support that I get from it. But I am not relying on that anymore as like a full-time way to pay myself, because I just can't physically work that hard. I was starting to get like shoulder issues and, some hand issues and things from spending so much time cutting and sewing and things like that. So either way, I scaled that back a little bit. And so I'm just kind of exploring some other things here. So yeah, I did want to mention that, because the YouTube, like watching my YouTube videos and going through the affiliate link, those are just ways that don't actually cost you any money. But I do make a little bit of money from ad revenue and the affiliate link there. So yeah, I think that's all I want to get into there. Like I said, I really appreciate the support. I get the nicest messages from people on YouTube and on Instagram and, with Etsy orders and things. And they really do make a difference, especially when I start to kind of like struggle with the shop or anything like that. They're really, really positive. And I wanted to kind of thank you for that as well. I have not been keeping up on my YouTube comments, but I just went through the last 2 videos, and I had read most of them already, but made sure that I clicked, the heart, so that you knew that I had read them and responded to quite a few. And thank you so much for sending those messages and saying all those nice things. It really does make a difference. So, geez, yeah, I don't know if I have anything else to really harp on here. I think those are the main things I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to tell you about my camping trips because they were interesting. And I just wanted to get back in here and say, hey, and explain to you why I haven't been, posting any new videos. yeah, I know I'm always sad when people that I love to watch are not making new content. You know, I like to see those like videos on a weekly or bi-weekly basis or monthly basis or whatever from the people that I like to follow. So I didn't want to leave y'all hanging. So I just wanted to kind of let you know what I've been doing and where I've been, and because I have no content because I haven't been knitting. And then that's the same thing, I haven't had a lot of content to put up on Instagram either because I just don't have a lot of the kind of content that my followers are usually looking for, which is knitting and um, that sort of thing. So I think I'm gonna end it there with my chatty stuff. So I'm just gonna do a few more stitches. Look at that. In this little bit of time, I've knit a stripe, and it does feel really good. So what else did I want to talk about? I had a comment from someone. They were asking how to do increases on the back of the calf to on a sock to make room for your calves. And I wanted to quickly answer that. On a sock this length, I generally wouldn't increase for the calves. If you have larger calves, you might find that you'll need those increases there. But for me, I normally will do it if I'm doing a sock that's more like a mid calf or a knee. But how I would do that is, so if I'm going top down, I would start with, say instead of 64 stitches, I would start with something like 72. So it's still a multiple of 4, so it won't mess up my 2x2 ribbing or anything like that, but it'll give me a little bit of extra room up top. So I'd start with those 72 stitches, I would do my ribbing, and then when I wanted to start decreasing, what I would do is I would find my center line, and like I would create my center line because you wouldn't have this heel here at the back. So it would be right along here. To do the math, like 72 stitches, you would have 36 stitches on either needle. So you'd want to go halfway in. So whatever that would be, 15, 18 stitches, right? So 18 stitches in, and then you're just going to do your decrease. So I guess that would be 16 stitches, knit 2 together, slip, slip, knit. So you get like an angle decrease, and then knit 16. And so then now you have your center line, and you would just continue to decrease until you had your appropriate number of stitches, which for me would be 64. So the next time I went around, I would be doing knit 15, knit 2 together, slip, slip, knit, knit 15. Watch your decreases on this one because I'm left-handed. I might have those decreases flipped or it might not make a difference. But sometimes because I knit everything left-handed, I have trouble visualizing which direction the decreases are going to go because they go in the opposite direction for me, and then also like what they're going to look like if you're a right-handed knitter. So that's basically it. And then if I was going from toe up socks, I would knit the toe, I would knit the heel, I would do about say 40 stitches or 40 rounds or something like that, and then I would do the same thing. I would find that center line, but instead of decreasing, I would then be adding 2 stitches, and then I would maybe do about 8 rounds in between each one of those increases or decreases. So that's, I know that's not like a pattern, it's kind of a general formula, but hopefully that helps. You can measure your calf and see kind of what the difference is, say between how many inches around your ankle is and how many inches your calf is. But keep in mind with your socks, you do want them to be have a little bit of negative ease on them because like, so you actually want your sock to be a slightly smaller circumference than what the actual circumference of your leg is, so that they can kind of stretch over your leg and fit well. And then if you are doing any kind of like high socks like that, if you're doing them toe up, you want to do a really stretchy bind off. And if you're doing them top down, you want to do a really stretchy cast on. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, but I just read your comment like right before I recorded this. So I wanted to put that in here as well. So yeah, so I think the last thing I'm going to do here is just show you the project bags that I put in the shop it was like the Friday before last, so they were just recently in. So I took a vote on Instagram and asked which prints you preferred on Instagram, and I kind of called this birds and stuff on there. But I've got a lot of like kind of nature vibes prints with like forests, and yeah, there are a lot of birds going on. This one doesn't have any birds. This has antlers, and there's this like nature quote on here. And this is actually canvas fabric. This is from Art Gallery Fabrics. And then the speckled lining. I've been obsessed with this speckled fabric. I just ordered a whole bunch more of it. I think it's my new favorite lining. This one here, these are my extra large bucket bags. This is the Finch bucket pattern by Stitch Mischief that I use to make these. So this one just has this beautiful floral print. A lot of these are Art Gallery fabrics, so they're really soft, beautiful designer fabrics. And then I've just got like a pop of yellow there and this speckled lining. This one is kind of like an abstract, but if you look closely, you can see little animals in here. Like there's like a little fawn there, and then yeah, here's a deer, and I think on the other side, yeah, there's a bird here. So yeah, just a really beautiful kind of neutral, yeah, sort of abstract, I guess, print, but I really love this one. This is, a lot of these are older prints that I did this week. And then with just this really fun kind of pink lining with the metallic gold. And then this one here has like kind of like dictionary text in the background. And then the bucks and doilies, I guess. Is that what you call them? This is a sock size, and it's just these little birds in white, you know, and pink and teal, and this has a bright pink speckly lining on it. I love this print so much. This is like an older one that I really fell in love with years ago. This is just a really beautiful floral with the navy, and there's a little bit of pink in there. And then I really loved this navy speckle for the lining. I think this is my favorite one of the update. And then I have some medium ones here as well that are left. So this is a forest print in this kind of burgundy. Again, it's like a little bit abstract, but there's like kind of birds and little pops of color in there. Speckled lining. These cranes have kind of like a watercolor background. You can sort of see it, and then there's metallic gold around the cranes. This one's just really beautiful and light, and I did the metallic navy lining on the inside of this one as well. I have that same dictionary print in the medium size with just this really nice kind of icy blue color. And then this is that abstract forest print, but in a lighter blue with grays and white, orange, mustard, and then just a nice white speckle. So yeah, these are in the shop. As I said, they are not on sale because they're from the most recent update, but you can get 10% off if you use the code JuneFlash2. And yeah, I do have plans for my next update. I think I'm gonna do like a oceany, like under the sea type thing. And then I got some really beautiful, more kind of earthy tone fabrics, and I think I'm gonna do that 2 updates from now. So I guess that's it for me. I managed to ramble for like a solid 20 minutes, even though I had no knitting to show you, so yay me. Sammy keeps on like moving. I can see his head moving there, but he's just not budging. I wonder, maybe I'll try and call him up before I go here. Sammy! Hey, Sammy dog. Come here. Hi, buddy. There he is. Yeah, so we can all say hi to Sammy before we go. Yeah. So either way, friends, thanks so much for hanging out with me. If you're still here, if you're still watching, I really appreciate that. I will be back again, but like I said, I don't know when that's going to be. Probably not until the end of the month, if I'm going to be honest. But hopefully I will have found my knitting mojo again by then, and I will have some more content to show you. So either way, I hope you're doing well. I hope you've enjoyed your spring so far, and I will be catching up with you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye.